please tell us your name and spell your first and last name for the report?
My name is Stephanie Franklin, Stephanie, Franklin, Franklin.
Ms. Franklin, did you know Jade Benning during her lifetime?
Yes, sir.
When did you first meet her or come to know her?
I met Jade when I learned that my daughter and she were in the same dance class when they were around 4 or 5 years old. And they clicked, and I met Jade's mother at that same time.
And where was that with respect to at least city and state?
In Little Rock, Arkansas.
And what is your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Lindsay Jones. Well, Wallace now. She's married.
So, initially, your daughter, Lindsay, and Jade were 4 or 5 years old, dance class.
Yes,
You
sir.
can speak your answer.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
And you met, I believe you said, Jade's mother
Yes.
at that time. And so, were they living in Little Rock?
Yes, sir.
On how many occasions, and we're talking about during this age group, and I'll ask as they get older, but at this time, at that age, 4 or 5 years old, how often would you see little Jade Benning?
The beginning, it only took a few weeks, but for it to grow into a almost every day or every other day interaction.
Now, did your daughter and Jade go to preschool together?
No, sir.
Now, as they got a little older, did they maintain their friendship?
Yes. They ended up going to the same middle school and celebrating birthdays, special events. We were with each other all the time.
And did you establish and maintain a friendship or relationship with Jade's mother?
Yes, sir.
And what was that interaction like with respect to, like, how many times would you see Jade as a young child?
All the time. Special events, birthdays, weekly outings, dinner dates. There were standing dinner dates on specific nights. I mean, it was a regular. She was like a second child to me.
On occasion, do sleepovers at your house?
Sleepovers at my house, or
How about your daughter?
my child over at her house or her grandparents' house even.
As they got even older, into the teenage years, what was the relationship like at that point?
All through middle school, leading up to teenage years, we all were at the same school. I actually taught at the school where they attended. So they were with me all the time, before school, lunch, after school, when there was a problem. I was kind of like their school mom. And of course, my daughter was there too. And then after their middle school years, they decided to go to 2 different high schools in Little Rock due to their choices of what they were interested in. My daughter went to an arts magnet, and Jade chose to go to Central. So while they were not in the same school, we still attended games, ball games to see or cheer, competitions, dance recitals, special events. We still went out to dinner. We still hung out, all those things.
And you say competitions and cheers. What sort of cheer?
My daughter and Jade were both cheerleaders
At their respective high schools?
at middle school, and then continued on to at their respective high schools.
And with respect to any other competitions, activities that you knew Jade to be involved in?
I mean, she would come support my daughter because my daughter was a dancer also and had dance recitals, and so she would come and watch and support. We had regular sleepovers still from time to time as they got older.
Now, did they both, to your knowledge, stay in dance all the way up through elementary school, middle school, and
Yes, sir.
high school?
My daughter cheered the whole time. Jade cheered the whole time. Jade was actually captain at Central High School of the cheer squad.
And don't want to get too deep in the weeds about this, but Little Rock High School, how big a school is that?
3,000 to 4,000 student population. It changes throughout the years, probably more when she was there than today.
So was Jade being captain of the cheer squad a big thing?
Oh, it was a huge thing, a huge responsibility. Their squad had, first it was leadership position, but was held in high regard for anyone who was selected. And it speaks to her light and how she was able to bring people together.
As your daughter and Jade progressed, did there come a time when they graduated from high school?
Of course, and thankfully.
And college was next.
Yes, sir.
Did they maintain that friendship, and you as well with Jade Benning, her family?
Yes, sir. They chose different routes for college as well as young people. My daughter chose to go and follow her mom in education. And Jade decided that, college wasn't for her at a certain point, and that she wanted to be a chef, so she went that route.
Let me say that route. Was there a culinary school?
Yes. It was like I guess what would you call a vocational college, and she went to a culinary school and graduated.
Did you become aware at some time that Miss Benning, Jade Benning, relocated to Nashville, Tennessee?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I knew that she wanted to spread her wings and venture out. She was tenacious in that regard, and independent. And so I knew that she had her sights set and moved to Nashville, and that she was able to secure a job cooking. In her field, cooking, and an opportunity to do what she loved.
Did you have any appreciation of why she chose Nashville? Did she have any relatives here?
Well, her stepmom lives outside of Nashville, and she has a half sister in the area as well. And then,
would it be fair to say you know pretty much all about her family?
yes, sir, and even a relationship with the person who was in ownership of the restaurant where she was going to, where she did cook, but where the offer came from.
You recall when the last time may have been that you saw Jade Benning alive?
I think it was when we had a dinner back in Little Rock.
And when Miss Benning would come back to Little Rock, would you normally see her?
Most of the time, yes. If my schedule allowed me to be there, I'd be there.
And so, looking back on it, do you recall that event, that family dinner?
It's hard to go back to those memories, but yes.
What was her mood, her
She was
attitude, her demeanor? What was she like at that time?
She was pure Jade, excitement, her whole life ahead of her, just happy. That's her.
Did you stay in any type of communication with Miss Benning after that? A phone or text or?
Directly, we didn't communicate as much as Jade and I together as she got older. But Bridget and I are her mom. I'm sorry.
Was that dispersed?
I would say best friends. So yes, kept tabs nonstop. And I mean, Jade and I would text. Mother's Day. I always got a message from her. Birthdays. There was interaction.
And you're spending your daughter kind of went separate ways, professionally or educationally. But your knowledge, did your daughter, Jade Benning, stay in touch?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have the opportunity to come to Nashville and visit Miss Benning while she was alive here?
No, sir.
Did there come a time when you learned that she was expecting?
Yes, sir.
How did that come about?
Her mama confiding in me.
Just go back to you and her mother being such close friends.
Mm-hmm.
You recall approximately when that was?
I want to say it was sometime in December. And it may have been toward the end of November, but sometime around that holiday season.
And did you share that news with others?
No. Bridget and I have a cloak of trust as best friends do. And so she confided in me. And until I had permission, I did not. But Bridget and I talked about it regularly after she told me.
So, if you're say you kept up with the progress of the pregnancy and things that were going on, and were you planning to participate whenever the time came, baby showers, whatever you could do?
I mean, of course.
When I get to the night about the call, did there come a time when you received a call concerning Jade Benning's health and welfare?
Yes, sir. Actually, I was notified because my husband was called by Jade's, I hate to say stepdad, I'm going to say bonus dad. They're also friends. And when the call came in, and I was told, just was a little bit in shock. And of course, Bridget was on the other line, not able to call me herself, so, it was, I need to talk to Bridget.
You're still in Little Rock, correct?
Yes, sir.
Should have asked. That's
Yes, sir.
through the years. So, what, if anything, did you do upon receiving the call?
I immediately demanded to talk to Bridget. And so when I got to talk to Bridget. Of course, she and Lynn were already en route to Nashville. And I told her, I said, I'm coming. I told her, I said, I got to get a couple hours of sleep because it was late term. And then, of course, I just told her I would be there and I would leave in the morning and drive, and that the girls may come with me. And then when I said the girls, she knows what that means, but that's my daughter and some other close family friends. And so then I immediately called my daughter and told her, and we made plans to what time to meet and what time we were going to leave.
And do you recall approximately what time you left Little Rock to come to Nashville?
Sometime in the morning, early. I mean, it's like 6, 7. I had to pick up my daughter and then also get another friend.
I don't necessarily need to ask what was said, if anything, but were you in communication and being updated on Jade's condition during the drive?
And of course,
When you arrived here in Nashville, where did you go immediately?
I went directly to the hospital.
Do you recall approximately what time it may have been when you got there?
It was early afternoon. I wouldn't say midday. It was early afternoon.
And when you arrived, where did you go? Arrived by that, I mean, at the hospital.
Straight to ICU.
And were you permitted to see Jade?
I went straight to the waiting room first, and that's where I got to meet Bridget and Lynn and everybody else that was there.
Were there a number of people there? That afternoon?
Family members, yes.
And when you saw, you said Ms. Benning was in the ICU. When you saw her, what did you see? Could you describe what you saw?
Jade was laying there with tubes and wires connected and machines functioning for her. And I saw her pregnant belly pooch.
How long did you stay in Nashville?
Got here on Sunday. 4 days.
And during that time, were you frequently at the hospital?
If I wasn't sleeping or driving to and from.
At any time before you arrived at the hospital, had you heard the name Blaise Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
And from
From Bridget.
had you ever met anyone by that name?
No.
Did you meet anyone at the hospital during the days that you were there named Blaise Taylor?
No.
So have you ever seen him or spoken to him?
Not in person.
Have you spoken?
No.
Focusing back at the hospital, police investigation?
I became aware.
Did you become aware? And were there officers and or detectives at the hospital on and off, or at least that you saw and spoke to there?
I never met anyone directly that I recall, but I saw people, and they would pull Bridget and Lynn and Dennis and Andrea.
Did there come a time when you went to the apartment,
I did.
Miss Benning's apartment?
Yes, sir.
Tell us how that came about.
My best friend was falling apart, and she wasn't going to leave her child's side, which I understand. But it was driving her crazy to know the answers, to just see what in the world was happening, trying to make sense of something. So Bridget and I discussed it.
And was the decision made, at least between the two of you at least, that you would go to the apartment?
Yes, I'd be her eyes and ears.
Did you get keys to the apartment?
From Bridget.
Had you ever been there before?
No.
I might ask if you ever been to Nashville, but so
No.
were you given directions or?
I was given the address. GPS.
Who, if anyone, went with you?
My daughter Lindsay, Jada, Summons, and Nigella.
Now, ask about Nigella. Would that be Nigella Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Did you know her prior to this incident?
When I say girls, she's included in that group.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Going back to
Sleepovers, celebrations, cheer, all the things.
Okay. And so then was she, being Miss Jackson, also a part of the growing up in
Yes, sir.
the Little Rock? Prior to going to the apartment, what, if anything, did you do to prepare for going there and entering?
My son is a police officer in Little Rock, and
Let me just, without going into this, did you get some suggestions from him?
yeah, of course,
And
I
did
called.
you follow those suggestions?
I called him and told him what I was getting ready to do, and then I had to do it for Bridget.
And so,
I asked him.
well, I know, so what did you do to prepare?
I called my son and I told him what I was getting ready to do and asked him how do I honor what my friend needs and do it in the best, carefulest way, not knowing all the details, but knowing what little information I had with how she got to be, how Jade got to be in the hospital. And that he told me.
And did you follow those instructions or advice?
Yes, the ones he gave me.
Did you procure any hand protection?
I did.
Tell us about that.
He told me you need to have gloved hands, you need to not touch anything, try not to touch anything you don't have to touch to gain entrance. And you need to record and take pictures or still shots of anything that you feel needs to be documented for Bridget to see. And then get out. Don't stay there.
When did you go to the apartment? Was it daylight or dark?
It was around dusk on the day that I got there.
And would that have been the 26th?
Yes, sir.
And you told us who went with you, so when you arrived, did you take pictures?
I did.
Did you also take videos?
I did.
And did you take any items from the apartment?
One.
Your Honor, court's permission. Showcase. Your Honor, I'd ask these to be passed to the witness. Ms. Franklin, being handed two items, one envelope that contains a USB, but as far as the photographs are concerned, would you look through those and see if you recognize what is depicted?